On February 2, 2006, the passenger ferry Salam Boccaccio 98 departed Dubai, Saudi Arabia. It was a routine transit across the Red Sea, carrying more than 1,000 passengers, mostly Egyptian workers returning home. Built in 1970, the ship began its life as a standard, stable vessel. However, its long history in the Mediterranean concealed a vulnerability that would prove fatal 3 decades later. In the early 90s, the ferry underwent a massive structural overhaul. Designers added 3 entire upper accommodation decks, drastically increasing its height. Even with the addition of side sponsons to widen the hull, the ship became top-heavy, leaving it with a precarious center of gravity. The disaster began with a single sensor activation. A smoke detector on the car deck tripped after a small fire broke out inside a metal luggage rack. On a ship this size, a localized fire in a luggage area is a manageable emergency. It should have been a footnote in the vessel's log, not the catalyst for a mass casualty event. The Boccaccio 98 was lost because of a triad of failure, a convergence of flawed damage control engineering, a total breakdown of command on the bridge, and a corporate culture that placed profit above human life. As smoke filled the car deck, the crew responded by activating the firefighting pumps, pouring thousands of gallons of seawater directly onto the enclosed vehicle space. This triggered the free surface effect. On a flat deck, unsecured water sloshes with the waves. As the ship rolls, water surges to one side, shifting the center of gravity. The Boccaccio's scuppers were blocked. Trapped water forced the ship into a permanent, deepening list. The extreme angle eventually caused the engines to fail and let seawater reach internal openings never meant to be submerged, compromising the ship's watertight integrity. By flooding the high-set car deck with weight that had no way to drain, the crew's response to the fire provided the physical force necessary to pull the ship over. On the bridge, the situation was clear. The third officer warned the master that the car deck was filled with thick smoke and the ship's list was becoming uncontrollable. The standard protocol was to turn the ship back toward Dubai, the nearest port, to save the vessel and the lives on board. Instead of acting, the master ignored his officers. He isolated himself, failing to declare an emergency or coordinate a response as the ship's condition reached the point of no return. Recordings from the voyage data recorder revealed that the master was not acting alone. During the crisis, he was in direct contact with the company's owner on shore. Despite the raging fire and the severe list, the owner ordered the master to continue the voyage toward Egypt. This directive subverted shipboard safety at the highest level. Responsibility for the disaster lies in the boardroom, where commercial schedules were prioritized over the safety of more than 1,000 souls on board. In the early hours of the warning, the Boccaccio 98 lost all power and rolled over into the dark waters of the Red Sea. Because the master refused to order an evacuation until the ship was already capsizing, the result was a chaotic and terrifying struggle for survival. More than 1,000 people died in the water. In the aftermath, investigators had to ask how a ship with such obvious mechanical and structural flaws was legally allowed to carry passengers. The investigation revealed a systemic failure of oversight. Both the flag state and the Classification Society, RENA, had provided a stamp of approval to a vessel that was demonstrably unfit for sea. This was a paper-based safety culture, a system where audits exist to satisfy regulations on a page, while the actual condition of the ship and its crew are ignored. Real maritime safety requires a master with absolute, legally protected authority and independent auditing that resists commercial influence. Without those safeguards, tragedies like the Boccaccio 98 remain the predictable outcome of choices made long before a ship leaves port.